Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about how to reduce injury rates in the gym. But first, I need to tell you something that happened to me last week. A lot of you say that I look like a homeless Korean War veteran or possibly Sam Elliott, if Sam Elliott ate lead paint chips as a kid. But what does Google think? Google is a $2 trillion company with a search engine capable of looking through 40 billion websites in half a second. They are a world leader in AI. They have more brain power and wisdom than most of us. Google thinks I might be Chuck Norris. As a matter of fact, they interrupted my day to ask me if Chuck Norris and I are the same person. I haven't answered yet. Who's to say who is and who is not Chuck Norris? Okay, back to our topic for today, which is reducing injury rates in the gym. Do we want to keep adding weight every week? Of course we do. Do we want to compete with ourselves and compete with our friends and other members of the crew? Of course. But if we are consistently trying to move weight that is outside of our technical abilities, if you're causing breakdowns in form, in technique, like knee valgus in the squat, knees coming in towards the center line, rounding your back in the deadlift, protracting, moving your shoulders forward in the bench press. These are not lifting techniques that are going to help us stay strong and healthy. What is the point of moving heavy objects around in the gym? We're trying to get stronger, we're trying to improve our anaerobic conditioning, and we're trying to avoid injury. Which is better for your joint health and long-term strength? Lifting 205 with good technique and control throughout, or lifting 225 with poor form, a shortened range of motion, poor control of the barbell, poor control of the speed of the eccentric, bouncing out of the bottom position, and even less control and awareness of your body position. As a side note, an aggressive change of direction does have its place in developing power. Engaging and using the stretch reflex does have a place in strength training. But if that is your goal to improve power, move with purpose, move with intent. Do it for a reason. Don't just drop a barbell through your chest and then use the rebound of your rib cage in an effort to try and beat your buddy's 1 rep max. We should always try to move with the best possible technique unless we're trying to deadlift a car off somebody's grandmother or you're competing at the IPF World Championships. I don't think we should open ourselves up to injury unless lives or world titles are on the line. So I have 2 recommendations for reducing injury rates in the gym. And number 1 is every rep, every set from empty barbell to your top weight. Focus on your technique, whether that is in the deadlift, keeping your back tight and your chest forward. In the bench press, keeping your shoulders down and back. Keeping your knees above your midfoot and not allowing them to cave into the center line. That also includes controlling the eccentric portion of every rep and controlling the change of direction. Pauses are excellent as well to throw in to help you focus on technique. Pauses force you to decrease the weight. It eliminates dive bombing and that rapid change and increase in stress from the eccentric to the concentric. Pauses put you in a lengthened position for a longer period of time. It's good for developing range of motion. It is good for strength development, and it is good for improving your bottom positions. Recommendation number 2 is make smaller load progressions. I see all the time people trying to make massive jumps week to week, or maybe they're off for several shifts and come in and just make a huge jump in one of their major lifts. Or maybe you weren't able to deadlift last week, so now you're rested and feeling good. The bros, for some reason, are going to max out their deadlift in the middle of the cycle and you decide to jump in on it. This is not what I would recommend. I have recommended in previous videos that you plan your entire cycle. You plan the numbers you're going to hit for each training session in the gym. If you do that, the jumps are going to be small, but they'll be consistent. If you were to start adding 20 pounds a week to the barbell over a 12-week cycle, you're going to add 240 pounds to the bar. In reality, if you're making a pound a week in gains, if you're getting stronger by about a pound a week, those are phenomenal gains. I just want you to think it through, have a plan, increase the load in small increments. Wait a minute. If I take smaller jumps and I focus on control and technique with all my reps, won't I be lifting less weight? Yes, you will. And maybe instead of getting hurt every training cycle, you can stay healthy and make consistent gains over the long term. That's dumb. You're dumb. Did you know it's illegal to use 2.5-pound plates in the state of Texas? That's not true. You know what? You look kind of familiar. Okay, good talk, I guess. That's all I got this week. Feel free to say something mean in the comments, like or dislike the video. That'd be awesome if you all could subscribe, and I'll see you next week.